What's going on, you guys? Mr. Allen here, solving a couple difficult exponential equations in this video, and you are definitely going to need your calculator for this one. So let's get it started. We got 6 times 2 to the x minus 5 plus 1 equals 19. Well, our goal is to solve for x. I got to get there, but it's up in an exponent. The way we're going to solve that is by using logs, but I can't do that just yet. So what I have to do first is isolate the base to a power. So I'm going to subtract 1 first on both sides, and I've got 6 times 2 to the x minus 5 equals 18. I still don't have the base to a power by itself, so let's divide by 6 on both sides. Now, that's gone. I got 2 to the x minus 5 equals 3. Now we can loop it and swoop it to write it into logarithmic form. So now I have log base 2. The base is always the base. Whether it's the base of the exponent or the base of the log, it's always the base in the other form, which is quite nice. The one that I pass by first is my 3. That's my argument, and that all equals the exponent. Logs equal exponents. Now I'm ready to type this into my calculator. We got log base 2 of 3. I don't know what that is. Math, alpha, math. My calculator knows what it is, all right? So that was math, alpha, math. There's a couple ways to get that in the menu. That is the quickest way that I know. So I was the math and the green button above it, then the math again. That gives you basically option A in your math menu. So we get 1.584 and change equals x minus 5. And you don't necessarily need to write this step down. It might be nice. I forgot the 5. 1.584 and change equals x minus 5. I'm going to add 5 on both sides. You know, some teachers might be like, oh, please, show your work, right? I mean, I would say that. I don't know why I'm mocking the math teachers. I say that all the time. I want Rihanna, right? I want that work on your math quiz, your math test, your math homework. So we got to show that work, just like Rihanna would do, right? So 6.58, and now we're going to round at the very end here. Yo-ro, you only round once. 5849, so 585. That's going to be my x right there. Okay, boom, there we go. First one done. First one done. Looks scary. Wasn't too bad, right? It's all about isolating that part right there, and then we throw it into log form. Okay, next one over here. Oh boy, we got negatives, we got fractions on fractions. This seems awful, but I'm going to start by subtracting 12 first because I know my goal here is get this guy right here on its own so that I can rewrite it in logarithmic form to solve for an exponent. Okay, so I got negative 1/2. We have 4 to the x over 3 equals negative 11. Now, I got to divide by a negative 1/2. Dividing by negative 1/2. Anyone remember what that's equivalent to? Well, it's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. And this right here is a very official math form. That means multiply by the reciprocal. You know what? I got to shout out Miss Price for that one. That's her move right there. The little loopy-doopy thingy right there. That means we're going to do negative 11 times negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. So we get 4 to the x over 3 equals deuce, right? 22. If you didn't know that, you could type this in your calculator, right? If you're like, oh boy, I don't want to risk it, bro. I would just type in negative 1/2 right here. 1 over 2, boom. Lovely, yay, 22. Cool. Now, loop it, swoop it, log. Base 4 of 22 equals x over 3. I can math this bad boy. I get 4 and 2. You got 2.229. Again, we're going to show that work. 2.229. You know, at some point, eventually, your teachers might be like, hey, you don't have to show the last couple steps, as long as you get it right. You know what I mean? Because if you get it wrong, then it's like, ooh, you lose partial credit. You don't want that. You don't want that. Let's multiply by 3 on both sides. Finish this bad boy off. Times 3. Boom. 6.689. X equals 6.689. 3 decimal places. Seems appropriate. It did not say, so I chose 3 because I feel like we want to be accurate. You know, right? You want to be accurate. Let's actually see. You can actually test this. Check this out. Ready? Let's go. Let's type it all in. So I'm going to do negative alpha x. That's a fraction right there. Right? Some of your calculators have that. Not all of them have that. Times, and then we have 4 raised to the, we'll put our answer in, which is rounded. So this is going to be just slightly off. 689 divided by 3. And then I have plus 12. So it should be really close to 1. Not exactly. very close to 1. Right? Had I actually used the actual value up in the exponent there in my calculator, then it would have given us 1. But because we rounded this, now when you plug it back in, it's slightly off. It's not going to be exactly 1 because it's not exactly the right answer because we rounded. All right, there we go, guys. That's it. Hope that helps there. Those ones are a little more difficult. I'd say probably in the honors level there in honors algebra 2, or maybe even some of your pre-calc, honors pre-calc, when you're dealing with, exponential functions and log functions and stuff. They might throw something like that. So be on the lookout for that. Multiple steps. Keep that calculator handy and ready to rock and roll. Otherwise, guys, have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, request for videos in the comments, and stay dope. See you later.